The Dangerous Gift is perhaps one of the most disliked books in the entirety of the Wings of Fire series. In some opinions, it was mostly filler and barely affected the ending of the arc in a way that couldn't have been explained through a few chapters before the Stealth Team left Pyria or in a winglets. In addition, it added scavengers to the main plot of the series, something that most fans did not want. There are already dragon riding series out there. It would be much better if we just got one series where it was dragon focused. There were a few highlights to the book though. I really liked Thorn's friendship with Snowfall and how she looked out for the younger queen. It felt like Jerboa with 3 chapters were the only thing keeping me from falling asleep or writing the book completely off to other fans, and I loved the body horror in those chapters. But the overall largest advantage has to be Queen Snowfall's character development. She goes from this paranoid, unsympathetic dragon who I hated to a kind, revolutionary character who changes Icewing society permanently. But this isn't just good for Snowfall herself and her character. It also serves to foil many aspects of the first arc in the series as a whole. Let's examine that. Before we get started, if you are new to this channel, please think about subscribing. I regularly post both Wings of Fire and Warrior Cats content, so you'll never be bored. And to my current subscribers, thank you so much for supporting me. I wouldn't have gone here without y'all. Without further ado, let's begin with the broadest way that Snowfall serves as a foil. But firstly, what the heck even is a foil? A foil is a character or a group of characters or symbol or literally anything that serves to contrast another character, group, or characters, or literally anything. Oftentimes, these characters will be similar but different, mainly due to having different events happen to them or a different choice in life. Example foils that you may know of are Firestar and Scorch from Warriors, Alex and Aaron from Unwanteds, and Woody and Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story. Oftentimes, the difference between these two characters is a moral one, which is the core of the story. The second you open up the book, the first major difference between Snowfall and the protagonist comes up. The youngest queen in the history of the Ice Kingdom was going to be the very best queen of the Ice Wings ever. Ever. The best. She was going to keep all of her dragons safe. They were all going to be healthy and prosperous and safe, and no one was going to die of any more evil magic plagues, like the one that killed the previous queen. No one. Not on her watch. Queen Snowfall had a plan. Or at least she had a firm death grip on an idea that was kind of like a plan. The plan was, stay away from other dragons. No more getting involved in other tribes' stupid wars. No more summons with queens who talk down to her, or eyed as if she might be the one to start the next war. No more interactions with Nightwings ever. None of this intertribal peace talk, empathy building nonsense. At first, the passage is positive. Most dragons' outlooks are positive in the openings, no matter the position they are in. She wants to be a great queen, but she also wants peace, like all the other protagonists. However, she describes herself as having a death grip on it. You can hear the unease in her voice already. And then it hits you. Her plan for peace isn't compassion and making friends with other dragons. It's straight up isolation. The opening page makes one thing clear very quickly. Snowfall is a different protagonist than what we are used to. The other dragons featured as main POVs are all positive. They are all glass half full dragons and do believe that every dragon has something good in them. Even Peril and Sun do. Snowfall, on the other hand, has had all the good crushed out of her. She's a paranoid, anxious wreck who believes anyone could be out to get her. She fears her 2-year-old sister may be stealing her throne. She has an inherently negative outlook on life. Snowfall also does not like the other dragon tribes to an insane degree. Darkstalker and Winter also did not like the other dragon tribes, but Darkstalker liked Fathom and Deceiving, and even at the beginning of his arc, Winter is making friends with the other dragons no matter how strained those friendships are. But Snowfall doesn't bother with friendship at all. She thinks it's useless, and in her opinion, it has been proven to her. Jade Mountain Academy was supposed to make friendship between the tribes. Instead, it ended up being the site of a battle. Glacier had friendship with Blaze, or rather an alliance, but since Blaze didn't mean the war, it meant nothing in the end except for dead soldiers. And lastly, a friendship between her own tribe and Nightwings led to Darkstalker and removal of Icewing and Miss Magic permanently. This is different from every single protagonist so far, as she goes against everything they stood for, kindness and unity. It helps her stand out more against the other protagonists and makes reading about her more fun, and it also helps to drive the plot forward in an organic way. Snowfall and her sisters also foiled the 3 Samling sisters fairly well. They are 3 sisters, one who is ditzy, another who is strong, and a third who is smart. Snowfall is likely the smart one as she tends to overthink everything. Crystal is likely the strong as she's a soldier, and lastly Mink is the ditzy one, but she's 2 years old, so I'm probably being way too harsh on her. Snowfall Unlike her counterpart Blister, isn't physically at war with her other two characters, but mentally she is. She makes up fake plots of Crystal sneaking around the palace, of Narwhal conspiring to make Mink a puppet queen in her place. Snowfall's mindset almost seems to resemble Queen Oasis. In Deserter, Oasis has two sisters. She kills one of them off because her daughter was being born, but she didn't want any more possible challengers for the throne. She does the same when her middle daughter Blister is born, and she tries to kill her son, Smolder's lover, because she was pregnant with another possible contender. Snowfall is paranoid over her sisters being competitors as well. Though she doesn't kill anyone because of her beliefs, I could easily see her going down that path if something happened that led her to thinking conspiracy was going on. Like Mink putting on a crown instantly, and Snowfall thinking that was because she wanted to take over as queen. The ironic part is, she was made queen partly to avoid any competition for the throne in a war of secession occurring in the Icewind Kingdom. But that's exactly what the root of her problem is. Snowfall doesn't think she deserves to be queen, and thinks that she was only made queen to avoid a war, and she fears that her inadequate job will lead to others taking over. Snowfall's lack of confidence in her doing her job leads her to take all the weapons out of the Animus armory when the Pantalions show up, including a mysterious ring. This ring places her in the talons of other dragons. At first, Snowfall's resistant and terrified. What is in her head? What are all these Pantalion dragons doing here? But eventually, Snowfall begins to appreciate it, and even treasure it as it lets her know what is going on in Pantala. It shows that she can trust other dragons to gather information for her, and it's even necessary at points to know other dragons to gain information from them. She also opens up to others about her experiences, and even when she doesn't trust others fully, they understand her, like Thorn, who helps her when she's a vision attack in public and sequesters her away. The friendliness from other dragons, combined with her visions from dragons and dangerous point of views, begins to change her mind about the other tribes. She even makes friends with other tribes, and humans too. She arrives back in the Ice Kingdom and destroys the wall dividing her tribe from the others, and also the ranking wall. She's a new point of view influenced by the other dragons, but still firmly her own now that she's thinking in a clear, non-paranoid mind. At last, it is revealed what the Gift of Vision was. The Gift of Vision is a safeguard against evil queens like the Eye of Onyx. Except, instead of killing a dragon, it rehabilitates them and shows them the error of their ways by teaching empathy. That sounds like a much more useful thing than the Eye of Onyx, as the Eye of Onyx is like throwing a baby away with the bathwater, and tends to backfire, because even though a dragon might be bad in some aspects, they don't deserve to be killed, especially if it can be fixed and they'll be a strong king, and they'll be a strong queen otherwise. Snowfall is finally freed from her ring, and feels a bit sad about it, but now she's learned her lesson. She's made friends from outside her tribe and learned to be less paranoid. She even permanently changed her tribe for the better by destroying the Outsiders' Begone Wall and the rankings chart. Snowfall's character arc brings her to the same level as previous protagonists and serves as a hero's journey. Though there isn't a tangible thing to fight against like an evil dragon, Snowfall is fighting against herself. She's trying to overcome all of her past trauma and innermost fears in order to open up to other dragons again and place more trust in them. This internal struggle and her getting over it leads to catharsis, or a release of emotion in the reader, as Snowfall fulfills her maximum potential and proves that anyone can change given the opportunity. Snowfall and her sisters also change from being a mirror of the three sisters to a foil. Initially, they are paranoid, anxious, etc. Not just Snowfall, who is anxious over the throne, but also Crystal, who fears her sister will grow mad at her when she learns of her cross-tribal relationship. This could have easily led to Bloodfall. Snowfall could have killed Mink, who could have grown up and usurped her. She could have killed Crystal too, even though she could never show her face in the tribe again with her relationship. There was still a chance that she could do it and reclaim the throne. However, these attempts could have ended up backfiring and killing her. Blister, who I said was the closest character to Snowfall, got so close to becoming queen but was turned back only when she tried to kill her sister and seize the throne through the Eye of Onyx. If she hadn't tried to kill the Blaze, then maybe Flower wouldn't have had enough time to find the Eye of Onyx and she would be queen to this day. Snowfall made no such grab towards the throne and power. She even made her siblings were okay with her becoming queen in the end. She was also able to get over her own insecurities that would lead her down the king-killing path. One has to wonder that if Blister went through similar experiences and had the Gift of Vision, would she have spared her siblings if she won the war? Or in the current timeline, would she have not tried to kill Blaze after Burn died because she wasn't trying to kill her, and instead claimed the throne as Flower would not have enough time to lead Sunny to the Eye of Onyx? No one can know, but maybe if other tribes tried solving things through compassion and rehabilitation, instead of straight up killing the wrongdoing dragon, then a lot of pain could have been spared. Queen Glacier's choice to put Snowfall on the throne was a good one. Snowfall was right when she said her mother didn't just put her on the throne because she was a winner by default, and because Queen Glacier knew she would be a good queen. Snowfall is smart, but she's not conniving like Blister, and she was eventually able to overcome her own faults. This situation also shows a lot about the worth of Sammy's succession. If Oasis had talked to her daughters and fostered friendship among them instead of rivalry, maybe they wouldn't have schemed against each other. And if she chose a true heir beforehand, maybe then the entire war could have been avoided. All of these foils, Snowfall and the other protagonists, the Ice Wings vs. Sandwich Sisters, and the Eye of Onyx vs. the Gift of Vision, hinge on one central topic: friendship versus violence. With the plot of the story and the use of respective methods, we can see that friendship, when used with magic, tends to have the best results, and violence is never the answer because there's always an opportunity for change. You just have to take it.
Oh my God. Stop the violence.
Say what you want about the Dangerous Gift, and it's likely I'll agree with you. However, Snowfall is yet another killer protagonist written by Tui, who brights up an otherwise dark book with her colorful personality and convincing character arc. If you like this video, feel free to subscribe. I make Wings of Fire and Warrior Cats videos pretty often, and your support will mean a lot to me. And to those already subscribed, thank you for your continued support. I wouldn't have gotten here without y'all. Peace out.